Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to some more F1 Manager 2023 and another part of the Williams Road to Glory career mode. Sorry that videos over the last couple of days have been a bit sporadic for this series. We did miss a couple of days, one through just my mistake of scheduling it for the wrong day, but yesterday I didn't make one. I just didn't have time to get round to it. Probably enjoying EAFC more than this game at the moment. That's not to say, I'm not really enjoying this, but it's something new, it's something fresh. And, when you're 60-odd episodes into a series, that happens sometimes. But yes, we are back on it today. Of course, it's kind of also a contributing factor of the rest of this season, if you like. It's a bit of a dead rubber. We are in a battle with Charles Leclerc, in theory, for second place in the championship with Ocon. We're in a battle, in theory, with Ferrari for second place in the championship. But both of those should sort of go the way that they currently are going, but we will see anyway. Hopefully you guys good. Keep leaving a like, keep getting involved down in the comments section and all of that good stuff, and hopefully we should be in a good position going forward. So yeah, let's move on. The new ATR window will be opening after this weekend. Of course, a sprint weekend, always an interesting race here at Sao Paulo, so I'm very much looking forward to getting into it. We will promise that both drivers will get through to Q3, and we will promise not to get the fastest lap. Let's get into it. Here we go.
Our F1 season brings us to Brazil for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Better known simply as Interlagos, the Autodromo José Carlos Pache sits between two lakes here in Sao Paulo. The home of the Brazilian round of Formula One since 1973, plenty of champions have been crowned here, with many more to come. The Sao Paulo track is beautifully designed to present an enticing challenge for teams and drivers alike. Between medium-speed S-corners, hill climbs, and the high-speed section after Junção, this circuit calls for cars to have a balanced setup to succeed here.
It's not a usual F1 weekend though, with qualifying brought forward to make way for an all-out sprint race, which will decide the grid for the Grand Prix.
So, let the weekend begin.
Well, I think we are ready and raring to go for this weekend. I'll see you guys for qualifying. Okay, we're ready to go for qualifying. Well, Esteban Ocon, first setup of the weekend, pretty much optimal. I'm very happy with that. Yuki Tsunoda should be in a good place. We went the slight wrong direction with our second iteration of the setup. So, yeah, very important that we get a good lap in at the start of Q1 here. Try and avoid any sort of traffic and get them safely through. We don't want to worry too much about that, but they're seemingly going very well here, and Tsunoda heads over the line slightly quicker than his teammate Esteban Ocon, about a tenth of a second quicker, 107.5. Let's see how that stacks up against everybody else. Sainz goes quicker than that. Piastri has been quick this weekend, and, well, he's gone fourth at the moment. Did have a little bit of traffic to deal with in terms of car setup satisfaction. We don't know just yet, but it's looking okay so far. Zayn Maloney goes fifth, Zhou Guan Yu fifth there. De Vries a little bit slower. Albon goes quickest with a 107.2. Verstappen only sixth, so it's a bit of a mixed up grid at the moment. I think we are going to have to go out there again and try and improve on our lap time. But yeah, Mick Schumacher there at the bottom. Daniel Ricciardo just on the cusp here, but 6th and 8th at the moment. And it's quite amazing. It shows how quick our car has been this season, that we are able to still get comfortably top 10, considering we haven't developed the car at all pretty much since the summer break. But here we go then. We will ride on board with Yuki Tsunoda, who does go quicker in this first sector. Now, coming through this middle sector, There is a little bit of traffic coming up, so we'll watch Ocon as he tries to get through that. And now, well, Tsunoda got held up a little bit there. And I don't think there's going to be any improvements to be found for Yuki. But Esteban Ocon, meanwhile, he is improving in that middle sector. And it's going to be Ocon that comes up to the line. Is it going to be any better? It's a 107.6. No improvement for him, no improvement for Tsunoda. But we are comfortably through to session 2. And Daniel Ricciardo, you can see, got up to 12th in the end there. All very, very good, but a big shock in qualifying is that Pierre Gasly is out in qualifying 1. He qualified or was second in free practice. So, yeah, only 85% on the setup satisfaction. Will maybe take a click off the front wing, try and improve his setup, but it's just a shame with Tsunoda that we seem to have gone in the slight wrong direction. Now, obviously, in that first session, Tsunoda was quicker than his teammates, so it might not be making any difference at all anyway. Let's see how they get on in the second running. And, well, Ocon quickest with a 107.6, slightly slower from Tsunoda than what we were perhaps expecting. 107.5, really. Well, Verstappen did have a spin there, so he's not going to be very quick in this first run, although he still goes 5th. Leclerc and Ricciardo, well, Leclerc only 14th, and Ricciardo over the line. He goes 10th, wow. Well, definitely going to need a good time. Yeah. Right, now after this Aston Martin there should be a decent amount of gap. So we're going to send them out now. Aston Martin should comfortably get through. And then it'll be a case of trying to keep a good distance from Albon here. But we're going to ride on board with Yuki Tsunoda. He's the one in a little bit of trouble here of maybe not getting through to Q3. So here we go then. And wow, that was a purple final sector from Yuki Tsunoda on his outlap. So I think there's definitely time to be found here. So Ocon through the first sector. It's orange, purple for Yuki. Yuki's finding the time here. Oh, and there's Albon. I can't believe we've caught him up so quickly. It's in this slow section of the track. Get out the way, Alex. Yeah, well, that's going to cost Yuki Tsunoda. I think Tsunoda's going to be out. It could be, well, that Ocon is going to be out as well. Leclerc only goes 8th. Here comes Ocon through the middle sector. It is an improvement, but he needs to find more. Is he going to knock out Max Verstappen? Here he comes. Esteban Ocon is going to come up to the line. What can he manage as Ocon finds a lap? It's a 107.5. That puts him 9th. Above Max Verstappen. Tsunoda goes 10th. Is Verstappen out of qualifying? Is Verstappen out of qualifying? He's still improving. Is Max? He's going to come up to the line right now. Is Verstappen going to get back through? He is. Well, he goes 3rd. Wow. Ricciardo over the line only. 13th. Magnussen's the other one. Can he knock both of our cars out in Q2? Magnussen over the line. No, just 12th, but it's P11 for Yuki Tsunoda. That is a real shame for him. Got held up in that middle sector. I think we've got a lot more pace to show. I think Tsunoda would have probably ended up being up in the top 5 had we not had the traffic there. But Esteban Ocon squeaks through to session 3. What a shame for Yuki. Right. Okay, here we go then, into qualifying session 3. Obviously we've got the sprint to try and
2, 1,
get that back. But, yeah, not fantastic, is it? Anyway, here comes Ocon up to the line, 107.6.
Negative.
So slower than what he managed in Q2.
Box. Okay.
But such a short lap, I might just go out there again. Immediately, we should be able to get a third lap in here. It's going to be a quick turnaround, but I think one that we can pull off. Let's see what Ocon manages.
Currently P6.
I think that was a 107.
Make sure we're cooling the car. Copy that.
I'm not sure that was actually a good lap. But anyway, it's coming in. We can put a new set of boots on. Right, we want to send them out near these cars. And that'll give them a bit of a tow over the line. Norris coming through. Oh God. Oh, well, that's it, isn't it? Damn it.
Let's check a flag.
Yeah, lost 2 seconds there. Never mind. Well, it's P10 for Esteban Ocon. Not a good weekend so far for the Williams outfit. But we can try and make it up in the sprint, I suppose. Yeah, just not good enough. Anyway, 87% now. I mean, you wouldn't believe that's an 87%, would you? But yeah, never mind. And that's just sort of been the story of our second half of the, well, not second half of the season, but certainly recent races. I think people have gone for quite big upgrades at this point, but we'll see what happens. I mean, can we go softs? It's a bit risky, I think. You probably want to be slightly more aggressive on the medium tyres. But do we give Sonoda a go on the softs? I don't think we can try hards, can we? Yeah, I don't think that's a realistic option. So, yeah, we'll try and be as aggressive as we can. I think we should be able to take a lap of fuel out, because it's 24 laps. So we'll take a lap of fuel out and we'll see what we can do. It's going to be an absolute cracker. Here we go into the Grand Prix.
24 laps around Interlagos awaits these drivers in what should be an entertaining sprint.
The 100-kilometer dash around Sao Paulo is typically packed full of overtaking opportunities, making for a thrilling event as the season nears the end.
Well then, folks, it's time to get going. 24 laps around Sao
Here we go
Paulo
then.
in today's sprint. And it's
Lights out, so away we
and
go.
away we go.
And straight away, looks like Sergio Perez is going to make a move into turn one. Oh, and there's been a big crash.
Easy overtake.
I think. Don't think it involved any of our guys. It was Max Verstappen. Let's have a little look in turn one. I think it was Max Verstappen. Was it with his teammate? No, it was with the Alpine there. Oh, that's a nasty little crash, isn't it? But Max Verstappen is going to have to come into the pits. Right. High aggression for both drivers. And here comes Yuki Tsunoda having a little look down the inside. He's managed to get past his teammate, Esteban Ocon. And now can he get himself past Alex Albon here? And this is a A big moment, really. I'm going to go aggressive in this second lap, and DRS is active. Well, can't make the move. But Max Verstappen is holding everybody up here. And here we go then. Oh, it looks like Tsunoda could have a go down the inside. And he is going down the inside. What a move from Yuki Tsunoda. He's through. And that's what we needed.
She can back off a bit. Yeah.
And now can Tsunoda get himself past Max Verstappen quickly here? Looks like he's going to give it a go here. Perhaps down the inside of the next corner. No, not yet. Yeah.
Low on back.
Oh, we got a yellow flag here, and well, Max Verstappen being very aggressive. But Tsunoda should be able to make the move round the outside. Turns into the inside line. He's going to have more grip on the exit. That is fantastic. And he is through.
Yes, yes, yes.
So Tsunoda up to 8th right now. Need to focus on Ocon for a couple of laps.
Use energy. Copy.
And he should be able to get past Verstappen here. And he is through, so Verstappen down to 11th. This is the problem with a sprint race for the exact reason of Max Verstappen. He, you know, started fairly high up the grid, but now, because of a first corner incident, he's going to start virtually at the back of the grid. And there's Albon making his way past Tsunoda again. But Tsunoda's going to have DRS.
They're at the peak now. Copy.
And he's going to try and go around the outside here. And he does go around the outside. It's very close. But doesn't manage to make it stick. Alright, time to zoom it forward a little bit. And we'll see where we can get to. Should be able to make it past Alex Albon again, I would imagine. But we've got Piastri quite slow in front. And it's creating a little bit of a DRS buffer. Now, Ferrari are looking like the fastest team. And that's a real problem for us. Because if Ferrari continue to get 1-2s from now till the end of the season, they're going to finish second in the championship. And that's an absolute disaster for us, considering how well we've been doing this season. It would be a real shame. Tsunoda's having a great race, by the way. Gets himself back past Albon. Max Verstappen also has a penalty attached to his name, as Ocon has made it past Albon. It's a fabulous move. Yeah, trying to save up some ERS here. Right, let's have a look at tyres. Yeah, we're about in line with the rest of the field. We'd like to save up our ERS over... Oh! He's in the pits, Piastri. Why is Piastri in the pits? On lap 9 here. I suppose he did get a bit of damage, maybe. And there we go, that's a good move from Tsunoda. He's now past Lando Norris, but
Nice work.
Ocon kind of needs to get past 2 here. Or he's going to be absolutely found out on this straight. Yep. That's all good. Right, let's have a look at Gap, and there we go. Ocon desperately trying to get past Albon here.
I can't do anything, guys.
And
Keep pushing.
Tsunoda's lost out to Norris as well. Right, let's give Tsunoda a little bit of license to push. Let's see how far he can get himself away from Norris. No, we can't. I'm thinking, do we look after everything until the last couple of laps? Maybe we do. It's going to be this DRS train. But George Russell leading the way, Perez second, then Sainz. Definitely a three-way battle at the moment. Right. Tsunoda makes it back past Norris. Yep. Until the last couple of laps, there will be back and forth between them. We're getting the tyres back down to a sensible level.
Do what you can to keep the tyres cool. Yeah.
And then we're going to really attack in the last 3 laps or so. Yep. Oh, there's a crash. We are going to need to conserve as well.
And Mick Schumacher is apparently involved.
Big shunt. Potential debris. Right hand side exit of 5.
Yep. Well. Going to need to conserve the fuel. Try and make sure that we make it to the end. Now can Ocon get himself any further up here? Tsunoda will be desperate to defend.
We're at the bottom of the pack, don't worry, G.
Copy.
I'm not sure Tsunoda's actually going to make... I don't think either of our drivers are going to make it here. I don't think we've got anywhere near enough fuel. We're trying to conserve, but it's not working.
Let's use the overtake.
Tsunoda went wide there.
Almost end up in the ball.
Yeah, I think this is it. I think we're going to be starting right at the back, folks. We haven't got enough fuel. We needed to conserve a lot earlier, apparently. It looked like we were going to be fine. But Yeah, haven't been able to actually conserve. So Sonoda's going to run out of fuel.
Copy.
And I think Ocon is as well. Yeah. Now, is there going to be a red flag?
I can.
Is there going to be a red flag? There might be a red flag that saves us here. I think there is going to be. Yeah, there you go, red flag. Wow. I think the red flag has perhaps saved us here.
No points to speak
But that's
of
not
for
good.
Esteban Ocon in today's sprint.
Let's see where we end up finishing. Was it 11th and 12th? Yeah. So we will qualify 11th and 12th because of the red flag rather than at the back. So it's not an absolute disaster. It could have been a hell of a lot better, but could have been worse.
Race day, and final preparations are underway.
Brazil loves a home racer, and none more so than the brilliant Ayrton Senna. His victory here at Interlagos in 1991, fighting a broken gearbox, is one of the most emotional moments in F1 history.
Any thoughts on Esteban Ocon and his performance this weekend, Karun?
You know, it's not going well for them at the moment. They haven't been able to put everything together, and it's going to be a lot of work to get back to where they need to be.
As ever, though, the teams will be paying close attention to their strategies heading into the Sao Paulo Grand Prix.
Okay, right. Well, let's have a little think then about how we get on in this race. It's going to be interesting. Starting 10th and 11th, I mean, that's a disgrace, really. We definitely did not deserve that. Yeah, I mean, do we go medium, hard? Maybe take a little bit of strain off the mediums there. We'll try that with Ocon. I don't know if that will work. We're going to try and switch this around for Tsunoda. We're going to be on the hard tyres for as long as we can. And then we're going to go for 2 aggressive stints towards the back end of the race. And we'll see what comes of that. He should avoid a lot of the traffic, is what I'm thinking. And Ocon can be aggressive. We'll see what happens. I think we have to experiment with our strategy here because we don't have the pace to do it legitimately, I don't think. But we'll see. Let's get ourselves into it.
We're not too far away from the race start here as we edge closer to the 71 laps of the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Now, this could be an important race for Pierre Gasly.
No one wants to start in P20, but that's the challenge they face today. Let's see what they've got.
And it looks like we're good to go. Who will win? Only time will tell. Here at the Sao Paulo Grand Prix.
Here we go then. Lights out, so here we go. And the 2 Ferraris are off the grid well. But Perez is trying to come round. And he has come round. That's awesome.
Copy.
That is awesome from Sergio Perez, and he is up in second place. So Russell leads from Perez, from Sainz, then Charles Leclerc is 4th, then Albon is P5, followed by Magnussen, then Norris, Ricciardo, Ocon, Verstappen, and then Yuki Tsunoda on the hard tyres. Looking at the selections, most people have gone mediums. There's 3 guys there on the softs, 2 on the hard tyres, including Yuki Tsunoda and Charles Leclerc. So this is going to be a really intense Grand Prix. Let's see if Esteban Ocon can get past Daniel Ricciardo, you feel like that's got to be an important early move if he can get past him, then that would be fantastic. As Perez, of course, the quickest on that first lap. He got off the line the quickest, jumped Sainz into turn 1. We would not be complaining if Perez was to win this, because if you look at the constructors, Ferrari would overtake us at this present moment, and that's, yeah, just an absolute shocker, isn't it, really? And there's still 2 races to go, but Ferrari are definitely looking like the quickest team here. They've turned their season around, and, well, I was saying before how I thought it was pretty much wrapped up. How wrong could I be? DRS are now active, so we'll slot into our normal positions, if you like. And it's whether we tell Sonoda, look, avoid high-risk curbs. Let's look after those tyres in this first stint. Anyway, here we go with Esteban Ocon. Can't make the move just yet. But this should be a chance, and does go down the inside, and he's through. Excellent move from Ocon. Important move. Used a bit of ERS to try and stay close to Lando. And it won't be long, really, until he's past Lando here. And then it's going to be about trying to catch that group with Leclerc, Albon, Magnussen. And stay within a second, although it looks like Norris has made it there. Norris out of the 1 second window again here, and there goes Ocon trying it round the outside, and he's staying there, and this could be a move down the inside. He's through, and that's a huge move because he's almost instantaneously vaulted himself into this little group in front. And I tell you what, Charles Leclerc is going very slow. He's on hard tyres at the moment. So it's going to be important for Ocon to get past him now. Yeah, so no, I think we need to just try and stick with that strategy. I think it will come good in the end. Look after the tyres, be more aggressive when everybody else has come into the pits, and have a higher pace. That's got to be the move. Will Ocon risk it? He will risk it. What a move that is on Charles Leclerc. And he is through. Using a bit of energy just to try and catch up to these guys. Okay, I'm going to try and go a little bit aggressive now. Yep, Sergio Perez now leads the race. That's a pretty important move to be making, isn't it? Well, Tsunoda already starting to reap the benefits of his tyre choice. This is a huge chance for Ocon. Well, one of these is not going to have DRS. It's going to be the Mercedes. Oh, Ocon had a chance there. And Verstappen, well, what's happened? Is Verstappen out? He's dropping down the order. Yeah, caused a big collision.
We've got a yellow flag here.
Not sure what's happened here. But Tsunoda managed to make it through. It was Verstappen and Norris. This was just ahead of the Yuki Tsunoda battle, and yeah, he just sent him flying. Well, I think Lando's ended up a little bit winded from that. And now Tsunoda has a great chance on Daniel Ricciardo in his McLaren. And DRSing it all the way through. Beautiful. Beautiful from Tsunoda. And Ocon desperately trying to get round the outside of Kevin Magnussen here. There is contact at turn 1.
Debris on track.
And I don't know who it was this time. Surely it wasn't Max Verstappen again. Oh, it was! It was Max Verstappen. He's had an awful weekend, hasn't he? And, well, the world champion really desperately trying to make even more enemies. I mean, Zhou Guan Yu got the penalty for that. I think that was harsh. I'm completely honest.
He's currently low. Copy.
Right, yeah, need to get past Magnussen, and will get past Magnussen. So up to 5th place now is Ocon, and this is much better for the team result. There's more contact. Surely that isn't
We've got an incident. It's
Verstappen again.
Bottas, I believe.
No, it was Bottas this time with Lance Stroll by the looks of it. And Stroll trying down the inside, and again it's a tight one. No safety car, of course. Now then, when is Ocon coming in? He's coming in lap 22 or so. Now, let's tell Ocon to avoid high-risk curbs and see what he can do here. See if he can look after his tyres a bit. He's all of a sudden got past Albon there. And Tsunoda's not too far behind this battle. He's in a bit of a world of his own at the moment. Pulling away from Daniel. Yeah, quite happy with Ocon just to keep doing what he's doing. And when the moment comes, just unleash. And now might be that moment. Not yet. Right, he's going to be coming in next lap, so we're going to tell him to get rid of the avoid high-risk curbs. We're now going to tell him to be aggressive. He's going to be coming into the pits and popping on to another set of medium tyres. And there he goes, he's through on Albon. Tsunoda, meanwhile, I think has just made the move past Piastri. They're still side by side. Okay, here we go. And yes, he has pulled out about a second on Albon. That could be crucial. Yeah, and there goes Ocon into the pits. There he goes, Sonoda. Down the inside again. Good move. Yes, good pit stop from Ocon.
Caution while on exit.
Looks like he's going to come out just ahead of De Vries, is he? It's going to be very close, but that is perfect. That is exactly where Ocon needed to come out. Gives him a chance to really push on now.
You can use energy. Yeah, copy.
And that's exactly what he will do. If he's not getting into any battles with people on track, then he's going to be a force to be reckoned with in this race. We are going to tell him to avoid high-risk curbs, to try and look after those tyres, keep them at a good temperature. Because he will be massively undercutting everybody. Let's not just ruin his undercut. Now, just got to keep an eye on Magnussen as well here. As Magnussen is in the same sort of battle as Ocon. But if Ocon can keep his tyres in check here, maybe follow Magnussen through, that could work out very advantageously for us here. Now, where's Sonoda? He's P5 at the moment. Still going quite nicely. Still a little while away from his pit stop. Yeah, Ocon's starting to close up on Ricciardo and Porsche. And as I say, we're going into a very interesting part of this race. Especially now that Daniel Ricciardo is exposed. Yeah. Well, Ocon needs to get past him soon. Because Daniel Ricciardo is ruining our plan. Well, there you go. And Albon through now. Well, we'll see what comes of it. I think Ocon's gonna remain in this little battle. Going to have better tyres at the very least. I think now is the time to say, right, stop avoiding high-risk curbs. Let's give you
Careful on the energy.
a bit of license now. Charles Leclerc on 50% tyres. Tsunoda's just going to start attacking now.
Get the tyres down now.
Some yellow flags. That was Ocon running wide, but he's okay. And here goes Tsunoda, giving it the big one. As I say, because he's not going through any traffic, this is where Tsunoda can really make this strategy pay off. De Vries running wide again. I mean, safety car at this point, that would be pretty awesome for Yuki. He's going to be on tyres so he can attack a lot more. And I think, actually, let's give him that bit of license to attack.
Check the DRS.
Copy.
Right. It's going to come in this lap. The advantage is he's currently going at Sainz's pace, which is pretty fast, so that's why we've kept him out an extra lap than what we might have intended. But here he comes then. Tsunoda into the pits. A nice long old stint. 37 laps he's spent on those hard tyres. He comes in and it's a good pit stop. He's going to come back out just behind the Piastri-Ricciardo battle, but ahead of Théo Pourchaire and on brand new medium tyres that he can now use and abuse, basically, to his heart's content. Right, do we tell Ocon to avoid high-risk curbs? Trying to get those tyres back under control. Let's just see if it brings down his gap to Magnussen. Because I think tyre-wise, they're actually worse off now than Magnussen, which that was our big advantage. And that's gone. Tsunoda did have a little look. I think he will still try and go down the inside here. Tsunoda on Daniel Ricciardo, last of the late breakers, and he is through on the Honey Badger, which is exactly what he wanted to do. Now Piastri's going to be next. As Charles Leclerc finally comes in. And this is interesting, isn't it? Because Tsunoda and Leclerc started on the same strategy and now they're together on track. Now the thing is, Leclerc might decide to one-stop it. Right, yeah, he's coming in this lap. Okay. Let's bring him in onto the hard tyres. There's still a high amount of pressure here. Second place in the Constructors is very much what we want this season, what we deserve, I think, from this season. Yep, good pit stop for Esteban Ocon. We've been back on it this weekend with our pit stops. Now Ocon, is he going to come out ahead of Théo Pourchaire? I don't think he is, so he's going to have to come back past through some of the traffic. But the advantage is for Ocon, he does not need to come out of the pits or come into the pits any more times in this race. Now Tsunoda is doing a nice job out there. I think he's going to be in a great position. Him and Leclerc are fighting it out, and they are definitely pulling out some good time on some of the rest of the guys out there. Norris has just gone wide. Now Tsunoda just 8 seconds behind Kevin Magnussen at this juncture of the race. He's on very slow medium tyres. Albon, Sainz, Perez, they're all on awful tyres at this point. There goes Tsunoda past Magnussen now, as Leclerc has made it past, but
what's the issue? It's not right.
We're okay. And here comes Tsunoda and Leclerc, and yeah, coming out around about Perez. That's pretty impressive, really. And that's Max Verstappen getting lapped. Hilarious. We've just lapped the world champion. Oh, Ocon now closing up to Oscar Piastri. He's doing a good job. Just 1 second in it. Now Tsunoda will be coming into the pits fairly soon. Actually going to go aggressive with him, and we're going to try and deploy our ERS to get up towards Leclerc. I think Leclerc's one stopping it. Here come the Ferraris. The Ferraris are in the pit lane. Or at least one of them is. As Tsunoda enters his pit window. Tsunoda's going to be coming into the pits fairly soon. Now, Ocon, let's use a little bit
And you are free to use the energy when you want.
of what he's got. Right, when is Tsunoda coming in? It's going to be next lap for Yuki. And remember, he's coming onto the soft tyres for the last stint here. As Albon now comes into the pits.
No energy, bottom of the pack.
Where's Ocon? Ocon up to 7th. He's coming round the first corner now. I think he's gonna... Is he behind Albon? I don't think he is, actually. So Ocon up to 6th. Tsunoda will be into the pits at the end of this lap. And then it's going to be pedal to the metal for the final 16 laps of this Grand Prix. Here goes Esteban Ocon. He's going to try and get past Magnussen again here. And it looks like he's through. And it's again another good pit stop for Tsunoda. There's yellow flags out there. Now Tsunoda's out there. He's in clear air. This is what we need. This is absolutely what we need. As Ocon makes it past K-Mag. And now closing in on... Well, Leclerc's going to be the big one. Russell, I suppose, as well. It's all possible out there. There's 22 seconds. The difference. And now Tsunoda... Surely he's going to be the one to watch in these final laps. He's 9 seconds behind Piastri. He's got 15 laps to make that up. Tsunoda coming through now. Doesn't put in fastest lap of the race, funnily enough. Yeah. Well, Albon's made it through, hasn't he? Somehow. We should be able to push on the final couple of laps. We know that with our fuel. So now within 4 seconds, Tsunoda here of Piastri. Who's going to come out on top? Is it going to be Ocon? Is it going to be Tsunoda? For the second time this race, Ocon's gone a little bit wide. There's 8 laps to go. The big people that we could potentially catch, Charles Leclerc is one of them. He's in 4th place at the moment. There's a big crash.
Caution.
Now that's Kevin Magnussen, I think. That's involving the cars we're battling. It's Magnussen and Albon. They've had an incident. Now what's happened here? Yeah, that's a lot of damage to Kevin. Is Ocon going to be okay though? There's no safety car. I mean, just feels like there's just not possible this race. But I think Ocon is still going to pass K-Mag, surely. I think Max Verstappen just had a spin. He's had an awful weekend, hasn't he, the world champion? Yep, here we go. With Ocon. I think it's going to be time to really attack. Now, and try and get past these two. Come on. Need to get past. Sonoda's in the race as well. Oh, Zane Maloney, what are you doing? You idiot!
No more energy for now.
That has almost ruined Ocon's race. Right. I think we have to say, don't fight, teammate. Let's let Sonoda through. That's going to be the best thing for the team. Because Sonoda can now surely pass these guys. Just going to give it a go. Oh, what's he doing? Oh, this is so frustrating.
No one back. Okay.
Got 3 laps to go. I think we're going to end up finishing 7th and 8th here.
Ah oui, en tire temp.
Do what you can to keep the tyres cool. Come on.
Right.
No saving required.
Copy.
Just going to try and give it absolutely everything. Full beans. We've got to try and get past Albon. We will beat Kevin Magnussen, we know that. But we'd love to get past Ocon Albon as well. We're going to be heading on to the final lap of the race, and it's going to be George Russell who starts this final lap of the race in the lead. It looks like it's going to be a hell of a battle at the front. There's less than a second separating the top 3. Is it going to be a Ferrari 1-2? And there we go. There goes Tsunoda past Alex Albon. And we needed that. He's through. And now Ocon's through as well. And it looks like we're going to finish 5th and 6th all of a sudden. Just go back down to balanced, and here we come over the line, and there it is. It's going to be 5th and 6th for the team, but it's George Russell that wins here in Brazil, ahead of Sergio Perez in 2nd. Sainz finishes 3rd for Ferrari. Leclerc, an excellent one-stop strategy, finishes in 4th. Then Magnussen, then Yuki Tsunoda. But Magnussen has his 5-second penalty. That will probably put him behind Albon, I would imagine, and put him down to 8th place. Probably not as far as Piastri, but wow, what a Grand Prix that was. We absolutely struggled there, I think. You know, it was one of those where it could have went either way. But we have finished the race, 5th and 6th. That's a decent haul of points. What's that, 18 points for the team? And that might keep us in the race for 2nd in the championship.
They had to work hard for those points today. What a phenomenal achievement that is.
But just look at this. The overwhelming excitement for those celebrating this achievement. And right now, it's the British driver who proudly takes his place on the podium.
That gives them their first win of the season, and it was really well deserved.
Absolutely brilliant.
That means here in Sao Paulo, it's party time.
And there you go, we do finish 5th and 6th in the end. Fastest lap went to Zhou Guan Yu, who finished 16th. That's quite hilarious. Into the Drivers' Championship then, 8 points for Esteban Ocon, 10 points for Tsunoda, who is coming good at the end of the season. Probably would have finished 7th in the championship, despite some of the points we've cost him. But, yeah. Very, very good. Into the Constructors, and, well, we remain 19 points ahead of Ferrari. That was hugely important for us. You know, we'd have just been 1 point ahead had we not finished in the top 6. So we might be able to hang on. Obviously, Ferrari are absolutely smashing it at the moment. George Russell, in particular, is doing a great job for the team. And that will be interesting going forward. Another 1-2 in the Pit Stop Championship. And we are going to probably surpass 800 points this season, which I think is a very good achievement in that regard. We were woefully slow with our pit stops in Season 1 and managed to turn it around. And now we are the team to beat in that practice. Okay. Looking at profit, well, we've made £3.5 million. We are stockpiling a little bit of money ahead of the next ATR window, which is going to open almost immediately as we start the next episode. So we have got plenty to be getting on with in the next video. We've got the Las Vegas Grand Prix, which promises to be a cracker. It always throws up a little bit of drama. We're battling Ferrari for 2nd in the Constructors' Championship. We're still technically fighting Charles Leclerc for 2nd in the championship, in the Drivers' Championship with Ocon. Don't think we're going to be able to get enough points to do that. Don't think podiums are on the cards anymore. But if there's DNFs and that sort of thing, late safety cars, it could happen. Who knows? But that's where we're going to leave it for today. If you have enjoyed it, give it a massive thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 Manager videos. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching and goodbye.